It is the official, I'm the official Sab Shop CEO, the CEO of Sab Shop, if you will, whatever you want to call me. Or you can just call me Savannah. Don't call me by my government name because y'all don't know me like that. This is my first video. I just got this camera. It's literally amazing. I got a DigiPocket 3 and I'm just like obsessed. And I've been dying to start a YouTube. Welcome. If you're new here, I am Savannah, the official Sab Shop CEO. I have a stripper streetwear duffel bag brand. We're still figuring it out. It started off as duffel bags. It's a duffel bag brand, and I'm like really loving the streetwear aspect of it. So we're just kind of going with it. For my first video, I do want to get into like my lore, how Sab came about, how this idea came about, my background in the industry, and just kind of how we got here. I don't know how long this lore story is going to be, but I'm basically just going to bring us from not since birth, okay? We're going to start at when I started dancing until now. Getting into my lore. I grew up in Houston. I'm from Houston. I'm H-Town through and through in my blood all day. I was 22 when I started dancing, okay? I started dancing because I was in college and the job that I was working at, I was bartending, and my boss would not give me time off of work for school. Like it was a random bartending job at like a Mexican restaurant. And I was like, I need time off for school. And he was like, no, we need you here. And I was like, what the fuck does that look like? Like I'm bartending and my manager doesn't give me time off for college. And I was like, whatever. So me and my friend, we go be strippers, right? Cool. I'm a stripper now. And I went back to school that semester. That was my last semester at school at Lone Star. And then in January, I went to DJ school. I went to sound engineering school because I thought I was going to be a DJ. And I just realized very quickly that the music industry is not about music. It's not about creating music. It's not about anything that I want to be a part of. Like the music industry is a whole other thing. And I got a taste of that. And I was like, oh no, I'm not doing this. I went to school for a year for sound engineering, so I have like a certificate, and I had a stripper podcast back in like 2020 before everybody had podcasts. We had it for 2 years. Me and my friend fall out. Story for a different time. Now we have no podcast, right? And I didn't want to do the podcast without her because it was kind of like it just wouldn't be the same without her. Had I continued with that stripper podcast, it would have blown up. But back then, a stripper podcast was kind of like unheard of, right? And it got views, like it got good views, but the problem was like it was a little raunchy, and my co-host and me also, like there was just a lot of things that like we couldn't talk about. Like obviously not everything that happens at the club, like 90% of it, you can't just go and say what happens at the club on the internet. So there was a lot of stuff that like we couldn't be honest about, which I really hated. And it just kind of felt like we were just constantly like hiding what was actually going on behind closed doors. But that's just how the club is. Like everything there is a secret. Everybody's married. It's just a really messed up environment, right? So that was that. It's 2024. And I took out an LLC because I really wanted to do like outfits and shoes and bags and accessories and like all of these things, but it's a lot of work. Like inventory, keeping track of it's a lot of work, okay? It's also a lot of money. So I decided to do the most difficult one, which was design a custom duffel bag while I'm getting the outfits and stuff, and everything else is over here in America on Harwin. So I'm not having to order from China where it's really far and it takes like 6 months to get here. So I'm dealing with that over here, and I was like, okay, like everything will come together at the end. So the bags come in, like the sample bags, and I did a video on them. They were like, they had crosses and they were like different than these ones. I just like fell in love with them. Like I literally fell in love with them. They sat in my room for like 8 months at least, just like literally on my floor, just like staring at me every day. And it was just like, all right, like, what are we gonna do with this? I realized at one point, I was like, I don't need to do the shoes. If you do shoes, you have to get every size. I don't need to do clothes. There's so many girls that do dancer outfit stores and they're fabulous. They're amazing, but I can't sew. That's not my thing. Props to the girls who do it. I just don't have that like hand-eye coordination thing. I took sewing classes. I was terrible at it, okay? People told me for months, just sew your own bags, because I was like having an issue getting them here from China, and everyone's like, just sew your own bags. I was like, absolutely not. All I care about is the bags. If this is mine, I made this and I love it. Let's figure out how can we get a bulk order, okay? So whatever, I ordered new samples because apparently I had an issue with the cross logo that I put on there. I changed the design to a heart, and I ordered them like December 11th, I want to say. I ordered the bags, okay? And I was literally like going through the worst breakup of my life. I was so heartbroken. I was probably manic. I don't know how I bought these duffel bags. I don't know what I was thinking. I had a plan, but I didn't know what I was getting myself into, you know? And so I also knew that once I ordered them, I had 3 months to design logos, get photo shoots together, make money. Like I had 3 months before they arrived, almost 4. So I had time to plan everything, you know? I really do feel like my thought process behind the bags is like, I was working in nightlife for 10 years, like bartender, bottle girls, dancer, and I always had a duffel bag on me, and like I would have multiple because I would go to the gym every day, and I would have a duffel bag for work, and I would have like one for this or for that. But it would annoy me because the really cute bags would be like 6 7, you know, like a Louis bag is like a couple $1,000s, and I'm not going to take that to the club. Like my bag is just going to get ruined in 3 months, you know? Like these ones are made to last. That's what that like plastic is. That's why they're not leather or something like cheap that's gonna break. Like this plastic is waterproof, you know, like that was my, like it has to survive like a bunch of dirty ones in the bag, in the back of your car, like girls spilling liquor on it in the locker room. Like that was the thought process behind the bag, you know, like it wasn't supposed to be a Louis bag. And that's where we are today. Today's July 15th. Follow along my journey. I mean, I have so many plans for Sab. I'm so excited. I have so many designs I want to do, so many drops, so many just like things that like I want to do. And I just feel like the world is my oyster. You know, I'm just in a little phase right now where I still need a roof over my head. I still need the club, but I don't want to go. So I'm just like, it is to a point where tomorrow I do have to go to work. Like I absolutely, like I've been dodging the club for like 6 months. I have to go. I hope you guys liked my lore. There's definitely more lore and more story times. I'm going to finish getting ready and go film. So yes, wish me luck. And the official Sab Shop CEO. The CEO of Sab Shop. Okay.